be a champion on and off the mat. That's how I met Lyoto and Big Nog and Fejao. And then very shortly after that, Big Nog becomes UFC champ. Sure. I trained for the first Rio Olympics, 92, 96, 2000. So most people, the reason why they have doubts, they're scared. Everyone's focused on winning and losing.
Mm-hmm.
Winning and losing isn't done at the time. Most people,
but helpful would be a plan. Most people don't have a plan. Most people don't have a plan. They try something. Let me try something. And then what is trying? Trying is nothing.
So you put a plan in place. If as you're going through it, something happens, you evolve.
Yeah.
You adapt.
Exactly.
Oh, you evolve.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not change the fucking goal.
Oh, awesome.
Unless you no longer want that goal.
Yeah.
You can't change the goal anymore. So you have to drive towards this. And the people in your life, you have to let them know. You have to communicate with them.
Yeah.
Your kids, usually kids, wife, girlfriend, immediate family, a couple friends.
Yeah.
That's it. You let them know, this is what I'm doing. All right? Here's what I need from you. Are you with me? You against me? Or get the fuck out of the way? Because I'll roll over you, so I don't give a shit. You want to get in front of me? I'll roll the fuck over you.
Yeah.
But I will choose not to if you just step out of the way if you don't want it. But if you want to go head to head with me, I'll roll over you. I'm not going to let go of this. I'm going to put the laser focus and go. And as you're going, you're going to find that the best laid plans sometimes don't work. You pivot and keep going.
Yeah.
Don't quit. When you get tired, you rest. You don't quit. And if you
exactly.
If you no longer want that goal, then stop going after it. Quit, like most people, quit saying they want it, half-assing everything in their life. So their life shit, goal shit, everything shit.
Mm-hmm.
How about pick what you want to go after? If you no longer want that, but see now that's what people, they want to talk about doing things. That's why for me, when someone wants to coach, ask me to be hey, could you work with me? I ask them this question. I look in their fucking face. How important is it to you? That is it. And then I see the response. If I hear, well, I'd like to know.
Yeah, exactly.
If the answer is, it's really fucking important.
Yeah.
That gets us going. Now I see how they work out. And at the end, I don't fucking want to be around people that don't want to. Being a champion doesn't mean you're taking the first place.
Yeah.
Being a champion means you give everything you got. You know what I want? Everything you got. I want nothing less.
I ask the same question, but most of the time I ask them, how desperate are you? How desperate are you what are you willing to do? And most of the time they try to, what is it? Stutter? Is it the stutter? Is it the word? Like that. And then it's over. You know it's done because
coming to me.
Man, it's my time. It's my time and energy.
So the thing is, it's not that my things are more important than the athlete.
No.
When I say to them, I am going to give more to this than you are, because if I decide to put my thumbprint on something, now I'm on the hook. So I can't give more to your career than you will.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not in control of your training, of your fighting, of your eating, of your sleeping, of your arguments, of your car, of your kid, of the weather. So I just simply ask two things. One's a question, and then one's here's my call to action. How important is it to you? Very important. And you know what I need from you? I said, I just need everything you got. That's it. What do I need? Everything you got. And if right there, does that tell you I'm fucking around?
Yeah.
If you, in your mind, and I say, if you don't think you can give it to me, go find another coach and another gym, because it's not going to go well here. Because you're going to, and if the people want to give me lip service, which I've had, fuck yeah, everything, they say the right things. They come to train, you get exposed very quickly at Black House. You get exposed very quickly because the guys in there are Kevin Casey, Allen, Carla.
Man, it's a lion cage. It's a Shark Tank or a lion cage,
You will,
whatever you want to call it.
We've had,
Yeah.
which I will never blow anyone up fighters wise, but we've had a fair number of UFC fighter men and women come in and never come back.
Yeah.
Because it's not what they want to do. You know what? Fighting's not for everybody. Training with me is not for everyone. Training with someone else not for everyone. Yeah. Everyone finds where they are and they like it or don't. I'm not saying mine's the best. I'm not saying I'm the best. Yeah. I'm saying here's my plan. Here's my focus. Yeah. Here's my structure. Yeah. You either like the structure. Hey, listen, there's a lot of great wrestlers that don't want to go to Iowa. They don't buy into Gable's system. Or at the time it's Gable's. Now it's Tom Brand. So basically it's Tom Brands was an Olympic champ, world champ, was my teammate, was a protege of Gable. Mm-hmm. John Smith at Oklahoma State, world champ, Olympic champ, one of the greatest ever. Mm. He has a different system, different style. Mm-hmm. You might like that stuff. You're going to be a champion either place, but you might like this style of coaching. Yeah. This style of communication. Gable over here, very different. Mm. And when you think about it, Gable coached at Iowa from like,
let me short interrupt you. What do you think is the important difference between Coach Gable and all the other I would say system styles or coaches or whatever? What is the special? I knew I think I knew the answer, but I know the answer, but I want to know what you say about that.
You know, it's hard because, like, let's say I'll just use, for example, like a John Smith. John Smith is one of the greatest wrestlers ever in the history of the world.
John Smith?
John Smith. John Smith coached at Oklahoma State. Multiple time. I think he's a multiple-time world, multiple-time Olympic champ. So it'd be like, who's better, John Smith or Dan Gable? Who's better, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant? Well, obviously, you're talking here. You're talking championship time. And we go, Michael Jordan, Dan Gable. Yeah. At the end of the day, John Smith has the same amount of tenacity, this, that, and the other. But there's something about Gable. There's something about him. I don't know. I don't know what you would put in here, because if you're comparing a couple of different coaches, it would be a disservice to say those coaches didn't have it. They do. They all have it. Gable had something else. And those coaches fucking know it too. But they could maybe from each person what Gable gave to them. Like, Gable could walk into a room full of wrestlers. In the room, the level of training would just go up. He didn't have to say a word. If Gable walks in the room, everyone's training here. We could have all Olympic training camps. So it's the best in the world. If Gable walked in the room, the level goes up. No one says, Gable's here, we better do better. No, just everybody. And I'm talking all four corners of the mat, every weight, just the fucking presence goes like this. Yeah. It's it's the same thing. Like when you get like an Anderson Silva walk in the room. Yeah. Just people want it. They want to.
Yeah, but I see it when you are coaching, you personally, I see it multiple times when you go on the mat and you say, when I was coaching or I was teaching and you ask me and say, hey, can I put something in? And I say, yeah, of course. And you go on the mat and via 5 minutes it's not about the girls and guys know a new technique. It was they had a whole new level in 5 minutes when you coach them or teach them. And I think I don't know, I cannot explain what happened there. I think it's the same what you say with Gable, because sometimes people when some a high performing guy comes in or girl, I think the guys see it and they try to do their more than their best to You know what I mean? Okay.
Now, that's what they should be doing when they're alone in their bedroom. That's what Gable did. Gable would leave. I would see, the thing is, Gable doesn't tell stories about himself. You got to hear these stories from the fucking old timers in the last 35 fucking years. Gable would, like, he would leave class in his building and he would have his books in his arm. He would sprint to his next class where all everyone else is walking and talking, trying to talk to girls. Let me see the sun. Gable's got his fucking sweats on. He's fucking running across campus to his next class. So that's another opportunity for a workout. So, like, I mean, I have 100 stories about Gable too, but the idea is they're all amazing. But the idea is, what I came up with is there's two things. Gable has a poster. It's just of his face. And it says, after you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. Which every wrestler knows that poster. There's only a couple posters in wrestling that mean anything, and that's one of them. And the other one's a Karelin poster, which is amazing. It says Alexander Karelin from Russia. Shows like body lock, reverse body lock, and it says, train like a madman. It says, I train every day of my life like you've never trained one of yours. Crazy, right?
Attitude.
And but for the Gable one, since I wrestled for Gable, and there's only, you're talking about, there's a lot of people coached by Dan Gable because trained for the world team and camps, but wrestled under him at Iowa. He started coaching there, I think, after the 72 Olympics, like maybe 73. And he was there. I graduated in 93. I think he left there in 97, came back. So let's say he was there 25 years, I don't know, give or take. A few 30. He obviously has influence in the program, but as a head coach, he was there for this time. Talking 25 to 30 seasons. There's only X amount of people on the team. And if you have every year, so let's say he started off with 25 wrestlers. The next year, those same 25 are pretty much there, except for a couple that graduate and a couple new ones that come in. So if you added up how many wrestlers, I went to Dan Gable's retirement. Now, I understand that everybody couldn't show up, and there's people that have passed away and whatnot, but there's only a few hundred, 400, 500 wrestlers that wrestled under Dan Gable that could call themselves a Hawkeye. A lot of Hawkeyes, but in the Dan Gable era, there's only let me just use a number, 400, 500, I don't know, let's just say, give or take, that you could call yourself a Hawkeye and wrestle under Gable. There'll never be another them. That's like saying you played with John Wooden as your coach. You played with Michael Jordan as your teammate. A lot of great basketball players. Every basketball player, Jordan, Muhammad Ali. You got these Muhammad Ali, Dan Gable, you're talking Elvis Presley, you're talking about the greatest of the greatest of the great, and to be able to be there. So then I changed my poster in my room. After you wrestled for Dan Gable, everything else in life is easy. And so I call it chasing the ghost. You'll never be able to catch Gable. No matter what you try to do, he's already done it better and more successful. And 50 fucking years ago, without anything besides, like he has another thing, gold medals aren't really made of gold. They're made of blood, sweat, and tears, and another hard-to-find alloy called guts. He didn't have no supplements. He didn't have this, that, and other. He had old school weights and a tenacity and a toughness that when you're around, man, you have that or you don't. And I don't mean you're born with it. When I say you have it, it's not like you were born with this. Most people aren't born. You can learn anything. You have it, meaning you want and have the ability to have this. It's coachable. It's teachable. But you have to give up a lot to have it. Now there are just like I think of different things. Like there's a swordsman. His name is Miyamoto Musashi. He's the greatest swordsman, undefeated, obviously, because if you were defeated, you were dead. And they talked about his God-given talent,
Mm.
But he said, you never saw how hard I worked.
Mm.
You looked at how, you never saw the hard work.
Yeah.
You just saw the result. And so what I thought was cool is there was a piece added to it. It's the people that don't try hard or don't work hard, that when they see greatness, they say, look at his God-given talent.
Mm. Luck.
They want to be
Luck is
they
also,
want to
yeah.
they want to have an excuse
Yeah.
why he's so good and you're not. And so it's very easy to go, he was born with that God-given talent. And that's why Musashi said, you never saw how hard I work.
Yeah.
How dare you say this?
Yeah.
Because I didn't come from talent.
Yeah.
I paid every day of my life.
Yeah. And I
that's
think
the idea.
what
So
you
I
say,
call it
what you say
Gable, I
is
call it chasing the ghost, meaning
Mm.
whenever I think I'm sore or tired, I picture myself saying, Coach, I can't wrestle today. My shoulder's sore.
Mm.
I know his shoulder was sore. Dan Gable had a blown ACL in the Olympics.
Mm.
He won the Olympics. No one scored 1 point on him. He had some, you look at old picture of Gable from the Olympics, he's got some athletic tape on his knee. That was holding his ACL. No one scored a point on him. Olympic champ.
Wow.
It's funny, I went to a wedding when I was in college, when I was wrestling for Iowa.
Uh-huh.
I went to a wedding with a friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
And drove to St. Louis. I sat at the table, and there was an old Russian guy next to me. And he was with his daughter. I don't know how old he was. So I can tell you, he was, at that time, he was probably his 70s,
Mm-hmm.
maybe older.
Mm-hmm.
He was with his daughter. His daughter is probably 50.
Mm-hmm.
She said, are you a wrestler? I said, yes, I am. She goes, oh, my father was a wrestler in Russia. I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing. And then he wants to know, do you still wrestle now? Where do you wrestle?
Mm-hmm.
I said, wrestle at University of Iowa. She told me that. She goes, he was Dan Gable. And so then she proceeded to tell me that my father was the Olympic wrestling coach for the USSR.
Wow.
His only job was to find a man. Are you there?
Yeah.
Was to find a man that could beat Dan Gable.
Fuck that.
And he looked at me and he said, he couldn't speak English at all. But he looked at me. So he was saying also Rush. She was telling me, she goes, he was in charge of the 149-pound Russian to find a wrestler to beat Dan Gable.
Wow.
He looked at me and he said, I failed.
Shit.
And you go businessmen, older, when they hear the word Dan Gable. See, Dan Gable was at a time when wrestling was kind of there was a golden era.
Yeah.
Because of him and winning the Olympics, and especially, win the 72 Olympics, that's not far after World War II. When you're talking through into the 50s, 60s, Vietnam War. There's a lot of things going on. The Olympics were important. Wrestling was important. Dan Gable was the head of it. So be able to wrestle for him, I always call it chasing the ghost. You're never going to be able to say something that he's going to be okay with unless you're injured. And man, if you're injured, your right arm's hurt, then you better be doing something with the left arm.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, you don't stay home. You're coming to practice. You're going to look. Can you do a sit-up? Could you do a leg lift with one leg? Could you move your pinky finger? I've never seen anything like it. When I went to Iowa, I was fine. I was like, I'm going to get the secret. I figured there's a secret manual.
Yeah. Yeah. The secret sauce.
And I'm like, I'm going to go to practice the first day. Let me get the manual. And so what's fucked up is the first day of practice, I walked on the team. Gable didn't even know I went to University. He knew me from other places. He didn't know I went to school there, though.
Yeah.
I never called him. I just found out the first day of practice and showed up. So we're sitting there, the whole team, everybody, the fucking greatest college team ever at the time.
Yeah.
Was this time. That was even better. The greatest college wrestling team of all time was the time I was there. So it was even, not only that, of course, I had the best wrestlers around me in the history of the universe. I remember Gable looked, he goes, Johnson, what are you doing here? In front of everybody. I was like, I go to school here, I transferred in. Because no one told me. No one told me this. He goes, well, we got to do our medicals right now. They're going to cost me $100. If you do the medicals, you just quit. He says, you're going to cost me $100. I'm like, what? And so I'm thinking, I said to him, Zach, I said, if I quit, I'll pay you back. He goes, I like that. I like that. And that was the start of me and Gable's life right there. And then I figured, okay, practice. Where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the book? First practice, my 3-man group was Terry Brands, Tom Brands. Both world champs, Olympic champ, national champ, Big Ten champ. Terry's a bronze medalist. I mean, the greatest 2 wrestlers ever. It was a fucking nightmare. We got to do a fist fight. I got in a fist fight with one, and then I got hit by the other, and then they start fighting each other. It was just a whole fucking, it was a fucking nightmare. I remember sitting on the bench after my first day at Iowa of a fucking nightmare, and Tom Ryan came over. He's a national champ. He's coach of Ohio State. Puts his hand on my leg, and he goes, don't worry. He goes, 9 months of getting your ass whooped. He goes, you'll start giving out the ass whooping. I was like, I looked at him and I said, I don't have 9 months of this. So we speed the shit up. We speed the shit up. So that right then, that's when people would quit. But for me, I was like, oh no, 9 months? Huh, we're going to get a little accelerated here. But that's what it took. You have to, wrestling. Fuck every other sport, because you can talk to those people. Wrestling. You have to understand that you're not going to accomplish your goal in a realistic fashion. I wanted to be an Olympic champion, but if I had a lie detector test put on me, am I capable of doing it? Will I put in will I give everything I got? Yes. Truth. The law of averages, one person every 4 years in my weight class. The odds are stacked up. Now, it's at that point, you're like, probably not going to make it anyways, I'll do something else. Or you'll train, probably not going to make it, so I don't really have to give it everything. It feels good to train. Or you look at that adversity and you say, I'm never going to make it, but I'm going to give everything I got anyways, because I'll never make it if I don't. So I'm going to give everything I got. And then when I don't make it, I understand that they only take one. But each time I lost in the trials or before, I was like, I gave everything. 4 more years. I mean, I remember each time losing, and I just remember, 4 more fucking years of this. Not next week. Not tomorrow. Fucking 4 more years. And now you're like, okay. Life is on a quadrennium, 4-year cycles. But you have to be willing to give everything in the face of the greatest odds. That's what I said about the rowing. The numbers are unrealistic for me based on my own testing. But I don't give a fuck because I'm going to get them anyways. And if you have any doubt between where you are and where you want to go, if you are able to be knocked so easily off your path by your own thoughts,
100%.
What the fuck do you think the guy standing across from you is going to do to you? So it's about positive self-talk, how you can change negatives to positives. My wrestling coach was doing his master's in psychology. One of my first college coach, Steve DeVries, Big Ten champ, Olympic alternate. And so I was one of his guinea pigs as one of his dissertations. And so he was teaching me like cognitive process of how to change negative to positive. I have a book. And you'd be like, oh, I fucking felt like shit today. Okay, why? How could you make that sentence positive? I gave my best. I fell short today, but I know exactly why. But No, I fucking suck. Because that's the way people talk to themselves. And I still do. I'm like, fuck that up. But here's why I went wrong. I'm going to go drill that. Boom. Next sentence. Worked on that. Success. Could you, the key words, I suck.
So you reframe the adversity?
So like this. I fucking sucked at practice today. I'm going to work harder tomorrow. You could say, I worked hard today. I fell a little short. Tomorrow I'm going to work harder. You don't suck. Someone else beat your ass.
Yeah.
You can feel negative about it, or you can go, all right, tomorrow I'm going to eat right. I'm going to go to sleep. Tomorrow I'm going to work hard. I suck at practice.
Is it a kind of self-forgiveness? A kind of?
Not forgiveness. It's not forgiveness. It is a way to change, because you will hide behind those. I suck today. Because anyone that sees me train, they're not going to say I was dogging it. But I know if I was. Yeah. Maybe someone didn't take me down, but maybe I got myself into a position. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, what happens sometimes? I'll be wrestling, and I'll be going against guys that aren't either as big or as strong or as technical. So sometimes I always say, stay sharp all the time. Every once in a while, I'm trying to give them a good workout, and all of a sudden they surprise with some shit, catch me on an angle. I was just kind of half, and I got to fight out of it. I gave them they look, almost got you, coach. And I'm like, in my mind, like, oh, motherfucker. Yeah, you did. Now, in my mind, I'm like, stay sharp. I suck. Tomorrow I'm going to work harder. My body felt like shit today. You know what? I've been lifting really hard. I need to take a little extra rest, so tomorrow I'm better. It's the way you talk to yourself. It's important. There is no forgiveness. You just fucking do. Wrestling is not, I had coaches, amazing coaches, but they're like, oh, you did your best. No, it is a harsh land when you walk on a wrestling mat and you lose in the middle and there ain't no one around you for 40 fucking feet. Spotlight, that's tough. It's not like you did your best, but your quarterback threw an interception, so you lost. Yeah. You can still make the all-pro team, and your team can be the worst in the league. Yeah. But as a wrestler, man, as a fighter, 1-1.
Yeah. Man, it's a warrior mindset, right? It's a warrior mindset, not a sportsman mindset.
It's and I sometimes shy away from using terminologies like warrior.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You don't like that shit like oh, we all gorillas and we all this and we all that. I know you
or like just the idea like I like the idea you can hype the people up, but in from my point, my family is in the military. Some of them were killed when my uncle was killed in Korea. My grandpa was fucking shot. He's got 4 Purple Hearts. Purple Heart oak leaf cluster beads every time. My uncle was in Vietnam. My brothers were in the army. It's like friend Mitch with the Navy SEAL you're gonna have on. Them motherfuckers were in battle. We're walking into a cushy cage with some air conditioning and gloves. And shit gets too tight, you just tap and the ref will stop. You're in a sport. And so everyone talking about lion on the hunt. And I saw this meme that says, the lion says, could you please quit talking about me so much?
Yeah, I know that. I like that.
It's like people going there, you know what? If you want to eat, everyone wants to eat, no one wants to hunt. Sounds tight, right?
Yeah.
Well,
right.
You're hunting, asshole, is going to the grocery store and getting a frozen pizza. Get the fuck out of here. You hunted? Shit. You mean you drove to the store and pulled out $4? Yeah. Got a frozen pizza and a fucking 40-ounce? Get the fuck out of here. But the idea is, give me everything you got. Now, if you need now,
but what I mean is, it breaks down to the natural instincts like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's not natural for most. Being a pussy is real natural for most.
Okay, yeah. But I think
that's why it's learned.
Yeah, but
like there is an idea of survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
there is
right.
That
exactly.
idea that if there's an idea of, because like this, when you're the warrior mentality, most people think warrior, like no one thinks of playing a baseball game and going, I'm a warrior, and you're the fucking right field guy just catching baseballs.
Hey man, but
idea,
when you see the what is it, the Last Dance with Michael Jordan about the Bulls, man, this is hard sport. The basketball is hard sport when they.
Hey, and you know what's great is I lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
During this time, and to see the city and go to the games and everything's about Michael Jordan, that was a whole other thing you got to be part of. That I think is different than just being a fan somewhere else. You were actually in Chicago and feeling it, man. It was pretty awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I think the idea that people have different trigger words to get them pumped. If it's warrior, I know battle, just when I tell people, I always try to give it in more simplistic terms so it doesn't sound over glorified. Like,
so what is your term? What is the term?
My term is I want to see you work. Like I tell people, I said what I want from you, I simply want everything you got.
Okay, understand. Got it.
That's it. And I always say, don't leave anything for the swim back. Meaning, we're going to swim away from shore as far as you can. Two of us are going to go. At some point, the further you swim away from shore, you know you have to go back. So if you're swimming, going this way, your opponent at some point goes, fuck, I got to here. I need to have enough to get back to shore, or you'll what? You'll drown. So people have this in mind. They're getting to a certain point, but they need enough juice to get back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't leave anything for the swim back. I'm not going to die. I'm going to get back, but I'm going to beat you first. And when you turn around, I got you. The secret is I will make it back. I don't need to leave anything in the tank. Gable used to have to be carried off the mat. He said if he could walk off the mat on his own, he still had something to give. Yeah. And now, not after a match, after a practice.
Yeah. Man, I have something for the listeners, and I hope the people get it, because so now I got something out of this whole conversation, because there is no space. You have no space for doubt. There is no space for doubts. And I always, this is what when I ask you before that, I say, hey, how do you deal with doubts? And now I understand there is no room. You have no room for doubts. You leave no room for doubts. Man, this is fucking awesome, because you fill the space with all the whatever it is, but you fill the space out, so there is no room for anything else. This is fucking awesome from a mental standpoint.
What's also important in there is, no matter how much you fill that space, one, that space has to be efficiently done, not just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. And so that space has to be filled with everything, like I told you on that checklist. But no matter how that space is filled, doubts are small.
Yeah.
They'll get in like a little crack and then fucking expand.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is positive thoughts don't get in and expand.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just people, you've seen champions, you've seen models, you've seen musicians are the frailest up here. They need everyone. You're the best. You're the best. A negative thought will get into any space that a molecule of air can be in, and then grow like a goddamn virus.
Yeah.
And not only do you have to have your compartment filled with everything that you want, you have to have the capabilities and the knowledge of how to, one, identify the negative thoughts coming.
Yeah.
Two, the negative thoughts inside, because you will see them coming.
Yeah.
And then you got to learn how to fend that off. Or two, you didn't see it coming, or you did and it's inside. Three, you have to know how to get rid of it. And it's not as simple as like, no negative thoughts. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because it's not tangible. It's not like I could just take my boom, bop,
Yeah.
my nice Emerson knife.
Yeah. From Ernest,
Um,
yeah, from Ernest.
from Ernest. So it's
Yeah,
like,
we make
hey,
short. What is it? Marketing? No, what is it? Advertising?
but
Real
this is
Ernest Emerson knives. Watch this. Oh man,
CQC
this is awesome. Customize. Yeah.
customized with my the
So
nice Spartan
yeah,
mask.
Ernest Emerson, a real nice guy. So if you heard this, if you hear this, Emerson, greetings, best regards from Germany.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like there you have to you have to be able to identify the negativity coming. You have to be able to see it. If it makes its way past, you have your second line defense. It's inside. You have to know how to handle that inside.
Yeah.
And you have to know how to then get rid of it. And the majority of people will never know, because most people, and I'm not trying to be mean, everybody's weak at some point for something.
100%.
Everybody has adversity.
Yeah.
Because no one's a robot that's steel that nothing affects them. Steel fucking rusts, you know? So the idea is that you can have the best plan and something's going to happen. We talked about, you have to learn how to absorb it, adapt, evolve, pivot, go forward.
Yeah.
That's a physical sense.
Yeah.
When it comes to mental, that's what most people train hard, but it's kind of not efficient and they're dumb with their training. They don't work the mental and they don't use proper recovery. And so being able to combat what's going on, you have to be able to shatter these doubts. And because ultimately you're your own worst enemy.
100%.
I'll tell you, like, it's, I can't tell you how many countless people I've been around that are that way. I've never been that way. I've never have. I didn't learn that from Gable. It got reinforced and I layered it. I came from wherever I was. My dad wasn't that way. My mom wasn't that way. My high school coach wasn't that way. A couple of my best friends weren't that way. I don't fucking know. That's luck. That's luck. Because I could have wrestled at a different high school with a shitty coach.
Yeah.
And then I just learned. Then you get to Gable and it felt normal to be there. Whereas other athletes feel normal to be here or go to Penn State or go to wherever. I was a different fucking breed. Even the wrestlers, when they see the fucking black and gold, them motherfuckers know what's coming. And it's like, you know, then you go on and you have the red, white, and blue, or for your country. Everyone has that same feeling, but I never had that feeling. I never had the, I'm so good. I don't have depression. I never had depression. It's real. Whether you can do something about it or not, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just saying I don't know. Maybe I did have it. Maybe I got rid of it. Maybe I saw it coming and I learned how to pivot off. I don't know. I can tell you that I don't walk around with negative self-fucking talk. I know I fucked things up in life. I know I've lost. I know that sometimes I dogged my practice out. Sometimes I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Sometimes, you know, you lie. Sometimes you cheat. Sometimes you steal. Those things.
But you live with your decisions.
You live with your decisions, and then you try to. You should learn from them.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know, ultimately, if you feel like you want to be, like I say, a champion on and off the mat, you can't lie and cheat, steal, and dog things out and cut corners and blame and if you're carrying a fucking couch with 4 people, let 3 of the people carry most of the weight. You know, and it's not. And so you learn. And then what's the most important, I feel, is that if you ever have to really pay for the actions that you perform, really pay. I don't mean pay $50. I mean, like, I don't know, like having to go sit in front of a judge, go to fucking jail and sitting in there and wondering what the fuck. Can't blame nobody. It's like when you have to pay and where you have to take a hard look at yourself and go, if I keep doing this, this is going to happen. I need to alter my life in such a way I cannot be here. I don't have mommy and daddy paying my rent. If I don't get up in the morning for work, I have no money, no food, no rent, no house, no car. There's a lot of people, they've never been there. Call their mom, the whatever it is. It could be mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whoever. I just say that all the time. Everyone knows. But if you have to be accountable for your actions, you need to be authentic. You have authentic with yourself, because the only way to get true feedback is to give a true self.
Yeah.
If I want a slanted angle, I call you up, Marco. I just fucking ran 10 miles a day, did 1,000 sprawls, and ate broccoli, and I'm gonna rest all day. And you'd be like, oh my God, I gotta do that. But really, I was drinking beers and watching TV.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not gonna get the real feedback. Because if I told you that, you'd be like, Kenny, well, I thought you wanted to. How the fuck are you gonna do your world championships next month if you're watching TV, bro? You gotta get the fuck up off the couch. Right. But if I'm not authentic, I can't get real feedback.
Yeah.
Most people, hence social media, they put slanted. They want the likes. Oh, you're so hot. You're fire. You're amazing. Really, you're a piece of shit and you're a liar because you're not doing right. Authentic, have the self-awareness to understand.
Yeah.
And be able to be accountable for your action.
Yeah.
And be able to be motivated by yourself.
Yeah.
And what really happens,
man, it gives you massive confidence if you do so, because nobody can piss you off, nobody can fuck you up, because you're honest,
it's all yours.
You're true to yourself. Yeah, exactly. Because there's a dark place in our head, and we know what we do shit, and we know what we fucked up, and we know that, and we accept that, because or when we fight that, and when we prepare to do better, nobody can fuck us up. This is exactly.
And what happens is, I always say, what I have in my life is fucking paid for. It's paid for. And people mistake that by talking about money. Motherfucker, I'm not talking about money. Money, you can buy anything.
Yeah.
But you can't pay for it.
Yeah.
When you pay for, you make a decision.
Yeah.
And you pay.
Oh no, you're gone. You're gone.
Do my sprawls for 1 week. Am I here?
Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Now you're back.
It's like everyone thinks the worst. When I say you need to be accountable, you need to pay for your actions. People think car accidents and death and drunk driving. No. How about if you don't do 1,000 sprawls every day, maybe 3 months from now, someone's going to shoot on you and take you down. It's that one takedown that you don't make. You lose 2-0.
Yeah.
And now you don't make the trials.
You're gone again.
You don't make the Olympic team.
Can you hear me? Ah, shit.
So it's not so drastic. Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's being accountable for your actions, whether how small or how large, and understand the implications of what you're doing. Simple daily discipline compounded over time. I say it in the seminars all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Simple daily discipline compounded over time. That is what and be accountable.
Yeah.
And when I tell people they have to fucking pay, when someone looks at me, you know what? I know people judge me. I judge people. Yeah. I'm a people watcher. I'm like, why are they wearing them ugly ass jeans? Well, that's great looking to them. They're asking, why are you wearing them dogged out camouflage shorts? That's observations. Every person is fighting something. Everybody deserves the respect that they earn. And when you pay, when people say,
shit, you're gone again.
Whatever they want. You there? Hello. There?
Yeah, back again.
Man, I have all bars. I don't know what the fuck's the matter. But I always say, my life is fucking paid for.
Yeah.
And whether that's good or bad, but I own every piece of content that's me.
Yeah.
And here's the true me. I'm not trying to lie to people or slant things because I want you to like the slant.
Yeah.
I want to be here because I want to be in people's lives, and I want the people in my lives that we connect on. Because you can only wear the mask for so long. So you can only be not authentic for so long.
100%, I agree. Yeah.
And when you have people in your life that you connect with, like I connect with you, we hold each other accountable.
Yeah, 100%.
And we drive each other for greatness. You come up with good ideas. I come up, we talk, we drive and drive. Yeah. If you were telling me you're doing all this great stuff, how could you get real feedback from me? So that's why it's super important. Yeah. And you can have a lot of negative thoughts go away. Besides being the best looking, I might not be and good at double legs. Other stuff, maybe I'm not the best. But I've earned where I am, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. Yeah. And if being comfortable doesn't mean I'm the best. Being comfortable is I work my ass off for what I have, and I own it. I'm accountable. I want to be authentic. If I'm not, someone call me on it. If I'm not communicating properly, fucking call me on it. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to adapt because, like I just saw this quote from John Wooden, if I'm through learning, I'm through.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, John Wooden's an amazing basketball coach.
I know. I have 3 books of him because he's
so
awesome.
It's like if I'm through learning, I'm through.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's like you've been around Danny Inosanto. He's the same way.
Yeah.
82 years old. 83, still doing it.
You're gone again?
And you look at that's an inspiration. It's like if he can do it, nobody should say they can't. Back in?
No.
Hello?
Just the voice?
No. Just the voice.
Pictures back. Yeah. Yeah, sir.
Okay. Yeah, it's like when we were at Danny Inosanto is thirsty to learn like a child in the best way because everything's new. Right.
Yeah.
He's thirsty to learn because he wants knowledge.
Yeah.
He's 83 and considered the greatest living martial artist ever.
Yeah. For those outside who don't know Danny Inosanto, he's a teacher and the first student of Bruce Lee, king of kung fu, king of martial arts, and he is. How old is Danny now? How old?
83.
83, man. And Kenny is coaching him, and he's like a sponge, like a child when he see new techniques, and what's most important when he see basic techniques, because I know you're a fundamental guy, and Danny is a fundamental guy, and this is what this is so awesome to see when you teach him, and he's so humble, and he don't have to be honest. If regular, but he's so fucking humble, and he take his time to speak to every person, and this is so awesome.
What's cool is like, so there's so many people around Danny that always want to like bring other instructors. Hey, you should see my guy, come in. So one of my friend, Army is Katya's godfather.
Yeah.
He was around a guy that was around Danny, and he said, hey, you should have my guy come and show you some wrestling. Danny's not a guy to go, no, fuck that. He's like, oh, that'd be great. Try him, then he at least brings him in.
Yeah.
Try him, and then he might say to like Tim or someone else, I'm not feeling that, whatever, but he's always. So I remember them telling the story after a while. We've been training together for a while. He's like, they're saying, yeah, we remember when Army told us that he should try you out. Danny didn't want to say no to him. So he said, come in. And we were really just thinking whatever. And it turned out, you see Danny's like, my whole iPad's full of technique. He's like, this is my best ever. I love this. I love wrestling.
Right. Yeah.
It's like we got connected by a common friend, but Danny's so humble. He wouldn't go, no. He's like, let me try it. Let me try.
Exactly.
The guy that could try anybody in the world is like, he gets a reference from someone else.
Yeah.
And that shows how humble it's how. And by watching him do that, for me and for everybody else, how he treats everyone they come in, that just shows you, oh, man, That's what I want to aspire to. So having someone like that in your life, whether he came into my life as a role model or not, we both vibe off each other like you and I do. We came into each other's lives in a funny way, just doing the seminar. Eric, and that's the whole thing. It's like all these things. Look at, I happened to be in my academy when Eric walked in. Eric had a vision. I was like, I'm good. Eric goes, I can fly you out, but we have no money because probably no one's going to be there. I was like, I'll come out. I'm willing to put the skin in the game. We did that whole 5 days of seminars.
100%.
Boat wrestling Germany, baby.
100% boat wrestling.
And you know what? A lot of people are like, you're stupid. I wouldn't go. You got to pay me to go. The value of your friendship and Eric's friendship and everybody in Lunenburg, everyone in Wurzburg, everyone, Karsten and Combat Place and just every place, Hanover now and Fight. That's called priceless.
100%.
You can't pay for that. That was earned on both sides. That's people taking a chance on me taking a chance there. But that's where the opportunity and preparation met. Eric goes, hey, love to have you come to Germany. He goes, there's really not that much wrestling in Germany or MMA. We're behind. I'm like, fuck, I'm in. I love to come to Germany. I've been to Germany once before. I loved it. Boom. And now look at the friendships we created and everything that's going on. It's like, how would I have known to call you? How would you have known to call me? We got put into a seminar together. And then we took advantage. Then you see like minds. Boom. There's the lightning strike. Here we are. My bolt consigliere with Gable as a piece of my voice and my experience that I pass on to you. Same thing as like when you give me your experiences, pass it to me. I pass it to someone else. We're just a sum of our parts. And I think I've just been very, very fortunate to cross paths with some great, great people.
100%.
And then understanding, I'll tell you, when I was in the wrestling room, Dan Gable used to come in every day and do a little speech. We used to start practice at 3:30 every day. No matter what was going on, people on the mats or whatever, about 3:25, people would just slowly make their way to the bleachers and sit there. And at 3:30, people pretty much didn't say a single word. Gable would come at 3:30 sometimes to 3:40, whatever it was. Come in there, start this talk, boom, go away. I knew I was in the presence of greatness. I wasn't too young to understand. And so I absorbed everything. Everything. It's not like this thing later where you're like, oh man, I didn't know I was young, I was in college. For whatever reason, I fucking knew. And I knew. And so it was more impactful for me. So, and that's the way I look at all teachers and coaches, and kind of like, I guess it's a way that Danny Santo looks at it, the way you look at it. We absorb and we can discard what we don't like. We don't discard everything from a person, because no matter how much a person, you can learn something. If you spend your time with someone, hopefully you got some out of it. So you can learn, like Bruce Lee said, retain what's useful, discard what's not. He didn't say forget it. Because what might be useful now might not be useful tomorrow. But then the next day you might need what you need today. So learn. I'll tell you, it's like, I was at junior national camp, Dave Schultz, Olympic champ, one of the greatest wrestlers ever too. Showing a move. But he's showing a move, I didn't really do that move. I'm 3 years into my wrestling career. I'm going to junior nationals. I'm on this elite team. But he was showing something. I was like, I kind of half-assed the practice with it. I was like, I'm never going to use this. Then we start wrestling live, and one kid fucking caught me in it. I was like, motherfucker. And right then, I was in 11th grade, and I said, I don't necessarily need to execute every move because they might not work for me. But goddamn it, I'm going to know everything. Because I got to see it coming. Kind of like we talked about the negative thoughts. You got to see it coming. Sometimes you don't have time to prepare. You have to be prepared and identify something and be able to react. Lots of people don't want to react. They want to you'll never have 100% information because life is always changing.
Yeah.
You got to react and you got to make choices. Once you do something, a result will occur.
Yeah.
If it was positive, keep going.
Yeah.
If it's a little negative, alter
Yeah.
it. But you got to do something. You can't just stand there.
Mm.
So a lot of people hesitate because they feel they want to wait a little bit longer. But if a fucking rock is coming at your head,
Yeah.
you should have seen a while ago, get out of the way. If you're waiting, like, maybe I could go here. Well, if I put my pow, you're done.
Mm.
If you react and you still get hit, you're like, a little faster.
Yeah.
You retain knowledge. So got to do something.
Yeah.
Create a plan, do something.
Yeah.
And when things start coming at you, you gotta, that's why learning, you can never stop learning. I remember at that time, I was like, you know what? I need a bigger fucking toolbox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
100%.
might not use it today.
Yeah.
But God damn it, when I want to reach
But it's
it,
good to have
there.
it's good to have more in your pocket always. Yeah. 100%.
Exactly.
Man, that's so fucking awesome. I would like to have one last question. And maybe you can keep it short and clear.
Of course, I'm always short.
The difference the difference between a winner and a champion. In your opinion. Yeah.
Okay, so a winner, you can win a match, but you're not a champion. You can be a champion, but you can lose. Because just because you win something doesn't mean you're a champion. A champion to me embodies is a 360. A winner wins a competition. You could, if I always say this, if you're capable of an A, but give me a B, you're an underachiever and you're a loser. You lost. If you capable, if a C, but you give me a B, you're a champion. You're a champion to me. Because champions, they're above and beyond. You have people, like, so a winner doesn't mean you're a champion. And a champion doesn't necessarily mean you won. To me, a champion embodies something. So I distinctly mean, hey, who won the game? Joe won the game. Is he a champion? No, he's a fucking asshole, but he won tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's important when you look at it that way. Winners win games. Yeah. Champions win life.
Wow, that's awesome. And I think this is a good word to the end. So Kenny, I appreciate all the time you give. I think we're nearby 2 hours. I don't know, or more. And like always, you over deliver. So for you, I know it's always like fuck the time. So hey, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the worth the impact you give out and the impact you give in my podcast. It's fucking amazing. And yeah, I know people will get something out of it, 100%.
Perfect.
And if they don't, fuck them.
They're fucking one of those people we don't need to waste our time on.
Exactly. So with that being said, guys, I think this episode is 100% worthwhile. And so for everything what has a worth, there's a fee. And the fee for this episode is bring me one new listener, spread the word, and tag someone, or I don't know, share the link, share the episode, share the podcast. And I hope the community will be great one time, or bigger than now. And in the next weeks, we have multiple guests, international guests. And yeah, so with that being said, be different, be tough, and be Xorbitant. So, bye.